Hello Ds, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, and welcome back to the latest Benidorm in Spanish news update. Today we are in an incredible place in the natural park between Benidorm and Albir, where we can have these gorgeous views towards Altea and a small part of Calpe. And we're here today to discuss all the latest and most important news of our region for those who are planning to come here on holidays, or maybe those who want to retire in Spain and maybe even purchase their own property shortly. Let's start with the situation of tourism first, and then we have two extra news plus the weather forecast, because boy, it's been difficult lately. We've been boiling out here, literally. But let's start with the situation in tourism. As you all know, the summer, July and August month seems to be the peak months every single year. This year, due to the price rise, and as we've spoken already in several news updates, it's been slightly slower. It is busy, don't get me wrong, it is very busy, but it's not this overwhelming amount of people that just makes you uncomfortable to go outside anywhere you go. So it's been quite all right. What we also do have in summer here in the area are different types of festivals. One of them is the Low Festival. It's been a lot of times. It happened every single time. It happens at the end of July on weekend, like a long festive weekend. That is why also one of the Benidorm's markets, the municipal market, is being placed into a different spot temporarily up until the end of the summer. And here we have some news titles that basically state that over the festival there were around 70,000 people that gathered out there. There's even a VIP swimming pool that was available with free bar for drinks and maybe even some small snacks. So it was extremely busy. There were different types of events like Saint Patron of Benidorm celebrations. There were different typical celebrations in small official groups that are in charge of our holidays here in Benidorm and religious events. Slowly but surely summer has been passing by. There's gonna be still a couple of events waiting for us up until the end of summer, official Spanish summer. One of them will be on the 25th of August, which is gonna be already less than a month's time. And this event will be Travesía a Nado, it's called, which is basically whenever you cross a special distance but swimming inside of the sea. And it's from Benidorm's island towards Benidorm Bay, as it is probably towards the port of Benidorm or the beach of Malpaz, which is in the old town, by the way. Gorgeous, lovely beach, ideal for snorkeling or for those who are not very good swimmers. And why is that? Because it's not deep water at all, so it's great. You can go deep inside the sea, but it's still not even reaching up until the chest, which is very, very comfortable, and you'll feel safer that way. So it's gonna be really early. Only those who are having early walks in Benidorm will be able to see it, because it's gonna be at 7:45 in the morning. And then up until 9, more or less something, which is when all the contestants will come back. In September, we have one of the culinary contests. We have Tapas Fest. We have a contest for platos de cuchara, which is spoon meals. We have contest for paellas and rices, and a couple of more. And we also have the cocktail contest, which will be between 13th and 22nd of September this year, 2024. And you will be able to taste different types of cocktails and in specific locations, specific restaurants and bars. We'll get to know the full list slightly closer to the date, but you will be able to vote for your favorite cocktail here in Benidorm town. And they also should be for slightly lower prices, as they usually are. So Benidorm will definitely be busy these upcoming months still. And we would dare to say that September and October probably will be as busy or maybe even busier than July and August are right now. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about touristic apartments in Benidorm. This is something that probably will have a huge shift, not in the longest future from now. Benidorm increments and it just grows non-stop. The touristic accommodation options, touristic apartments, and especially in the buildings which are residential buildings, which are not blocks of apartments that were kind of destined for vacations, for holidays, but in residential buildings where it's supposed to be for a whole year-long stay, where a lot of families live their whole entire life. And right now what's happening is that 82% of all the holiday apartments and accommodations in Benidorm that are not hotels or like big companies are located inside of the residential buildings themselves, not in a special touristic apartment areas. Plus, obviously, if you sum the illegal market, because a lot of Spanish, even international, like non-residents who own properties here, they just don't book it, they don't declare it, it just doesn't exist. But it does, because you can see people with luggages coming non-stop at any hour of the day. The government, national government, and the local government, which is town hall or associations, somehow are just fighting against it. They have very, very different opinions about the current situation. Whilst national government is trying to limit it as much as they can, the local government kind of is presuming and showing off the quantity of tourism, the amount of touristic apartments, and it's just happy in a sense that there's so many of them, that they are growing non-stop, and that there's more and more offer for tourists to arrive here to Benidorm region and all the touristic area that we have right here nearby. So Granada, for example, already in Spain, in Andalucia, they are absolutely freezing the licenses right now, so no new licenses will be able to get in the nearest amount of time. In Valencian Community, there is a law which is Real Decreto. It's like something that you put on top of the main law, okay, like a change, like a small shift, you know, if you can call it like this, are preparing this to stop the situation. What's going to be happening is to detect the apartments that are without a license, and here locals can help as well to alert if a property owner is doing it without a license. There is a registration website by the town hall where you can check out if it's like a database that gives you basic information. You put the address in and it just shows you if this apartment is registered as a touristic license or if it's not the case, and like this you know if it's legal or not entirely. Plus they will be probably paralyzing the new licenses. 70% of all of them from Valencian Community are in Alicante. 70% of legal licenses are here. That's a huge amount of licenses. And they might be paralyzing. There's a lot of speculations on what might be going on. So far, there's nothing fixed, so you shouldn't be worried about it too much. If you have a license already, it's fine. But if you're planning on purchasing a property with the idea of renting it out, maybe now is the time, because if you wait for too long, there might be future difficulties for you to actually get a license for this apartment. Also, there might be something that it will be only given for 5 years. Maybe there's going to be an option when it only will be given towards the property owners. So once the apartment is sold to someone else, not like now, it's given to the property, not to the owner. So whenever you sell it, there's still a touristic license. So the town hall wants to change that as well. It might be for 5 years, might be forbidden any new licenses inside of residential buildings. There might be so many things in between them. The fine, if the government will discover that you have a touristic apartment and you've not been showing it as a legal apartment, not declaring all the amount of money you're receiving, and without a touristic license, it might get up till 600,000 euros of fine, depending on if it's the first time or not you've been caught, depending on many different things, but overall up until more than €500,000 might be the case. And we're not the only area who are studying these types of changes. The thing is that Spain has very little amount of people who are like inspectors who are going and checking all these properties out. In Alicante, it's 13 of them for all the area of Alicante. So imagine, it's simply impossible, which is why like you cannot check all these properties in a long time. But in future, a lot of them start to get caught because eventually people discover that you have money that you do not really put inside, or the neighbors are just sick and tired, of the constant noise, of tourism, of luggages outside the hours, of drinking, of music, etc. And they just go and tell on you to the town hall. So there's different possibilities on that, but usually people are getting caught. So be very careful with that. And the other thing is that what not a lot of people tell about, especially real estate agents, the most important thing for them is the commission. They don't really care. So we as a legal, we are a migration consulting company, a legal business situated here, as some of you might know who are our longer term subscribers. We have a migration consulting here, and we do offer private insurances, all the residency permits, the changes to the Spanish driver's license, everything that is somehow related with starting a new life here in Spain. We're offering all these premium services. So whenever people are coming to us and asking to help them find a property to purchase with a touristic license or with an option to get a touristic license, we always let people know that right now things have changed slightly, but right now, as in 2024 mid-year, July, touristic licenses in Benidorm are taking up to a year and even 12 or 14 months. That's more or less what it's taking to get a touristic license, because this service is absolutely collapsed. That is how many people are trying to get this license. So just imagine that. If you are thinking on purchasing a property, it's not as easy right now. Get a good advice, get an agent in whom you trust, or use a service like ours, because it's not as easy to rent it, to get a license, and to actually get a license inside of the residential building, because there's a lot of issues that might be popping up there. So check it out, get a good consultation, because a lot of people purchase it with this idea and eventually are not even able to rent it out legally. Let's continue with the last news, shall we? And it is about the prices of new or second-hand apartments in Benidorm town. For all those of you who are maybe thinking just a tiny bit to retire here in Spain, Benidorm, or maybe you're thinking to get the apartment as an investment for your future. And these are the prices for brand new apartments and buildings here in Benidorm as for today, 2024. Benidorm officially, by the way, is the most expensive municipal area, the most expensive town in Valencian Community to purchase a property. Even more expensive than Valencia right now, which is absolutely insane if you ask us. And in some official reports, it does say that in Benidorm, it's around 2,291 euro for a square meter, which means that if you want to purchase a property of 100 square meters, as you can see right here, you would need to pay, it would cost you, better to say, around 229,100 euros, which is not true, simply because all the new properties, all the newly built buildings, common areas, that a lot of them do have heated swimming pools, the spa, the gym, the tennis and paddle court, playgrounds for children, even sauna, spas. It's just newest buildings. They offer so much. They're made with the latest technologies and special materials, something to attract people, and at the end, these properties for 229,000 euros, you're never ever getting, sadly, that's true, a brand new property on plan or just that is being built currently in Benidorm town. New properties probably would range minimum 260,000. That would be in Rincon de Loix, one of the Slim Tower it's called. It's a project on plan still, but it's not going to be over in 1 year, probably from now, maybe even more. They are just giving information and selling it on plan so far. But it's going to be right next to the Imed Levante Hospital apartment building. There it's slightly cheaper, but all the rest of them on the Poniente Beach, 300, 400, 500,000, 600, up until million and 2 million. And the same for villas and houses that are on sale up here in the natural park, but on Benidorm side, or on the Poniente Beach, or in the Finestrat area, slightly higher up than the shopping mall the marina is located. So newly built houses are even more expensive than statistics are showing. And second hand, obviously, yes, you're able to find something starting from 130,000. Probably you could find something, but it would be a small place, not by the sea. It would be like somewhere in traditional city center, slightly outside, you know, in a quieter area. Long time ago, there were times when people were investing and they were purchasing things on the Mediterranean Avenue, and it costed them like 100,000 euros. Now we've seen, and it's from 200 something thousand euros. That is for how much it went up. That is absolutely insane. And these are the same properties that are not brand new. These are not refurbished. Some of them are, but it's even higher price. Those times when you could find an apartment for 100,000 euros in Benidorm town are a long way over, and sadly now it's not possible any longer to do so. In the area outside Villajoyosa towards Alicante, Elche, Santa Pola, Torrevieja, Murcia, that area, you can still find incredible properties for these like lower prices, but here in our region it's not the case. Sad. That's because people want to invest so much. That's because there's a lot of international investors who do have money to pay for these expensive properties. The market has gone absolutely insane. So people from here with salaries from here, you know, with a normal life, with normal savings, or those who just don't have so much of a capital, you know, to spend, are not able to get a nice property with these views. Millions. It's worth millions of euros to live with these gorgeous views here in our area, at least in Benidorm and beyond it. And now let's have a short walk and let's enjoy these gorgeous views, and we'll let you know about the weather here in Spain because it's quite bizarre. Let's go. The weather has been quite insane these days. We've reached around 37, which is not something usual for our region. It's sunshine, and more sunshine. As you can see, there's not a single cloud in the sky, not a single rain cloud, nothing at all. It's just sunny, and that is basically what we have. There's an orange alert here in terms of a heat, and today we've had around 34, 35, even 6 here in Benidorm. But we will have like normal 32, 33 the upcoming days. It's true that Friday and Saturday it might be slightly hotter, around 34, 35 back again. But this is something that we are kind of used to. We're just happy we didn't have even more heat waves these past days. And the water temperature is of around 27.8. Very, very nice for swimming. Thank you for accompanying us on today's latest Spain news update with these gorgeous views of the bay right next to Benidorm town, Altea and Calpe. We wish you a lovely day, and we'll see you here on the channel very soon with the brand new video. Make sure you click a like, subscribe to help us grow, and comment below the video to help us reach more audience that might be fans of sunny Spain, Costa Blanca, or maybe even Benidorm. Bye, D's.